right, still talking turtles here on the franchise. All right, those heroes in their half shells, turtle power. I'll be your host for the evening, Daniel Ehrenberg, and over there is Logan B. Adair. Welcome, Logan.
Hello, Daniel. I have to say that I sort of hit a wall halfway through the third movie, and it picked me up during the big fight, the Leo Raph fight in the fourth one, but I'm not excited for these Michael Bay movies, I have to say. That's where I am right now on Ninja Turtles. I'm not loving these movies.
I hit that wall during the fourth one.
Oh, so you liked well, not to say you liked it. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. But hey, I want to start us off on a little bit of a sad note, Logan.
Oh.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Listen, if you've been a long-time listener of the show, going back to the Henry days, you know that me and Henry and I, we had a mutual favorite actor by the name of Treat Williams. All right? He's always a treat in everything he appears in. And he passed away yesterday at the age of 71. All right? So in memoriam of Treat, I'm going to give you a list of essential Treat projects that are guaranteed to be a treat. Okay?
Me or the listeners?
Both.
Okay. I'll write them down as you go.
All right. Everybody knows the big one. This was on his, the articles about his death. I always wonder about that. Like, when actors die, like, what are going to be the project they say in the headline?
Sure.
Like, this actor, lost actor Matthew Fox, dead at 63. Oh, I hope he lives past that, though.
Yeah, why'd you say that?
I don't know. Had him dead young. But, Treat, it said Hair in all of them. Hair actor, Treat Williams. And I understand that. He's great in that movie. That's an essential Treat pick. All right? Then, Sidney Lumet's Prince of the City, an epic that Treat is the star of. The titular prince, Logan.
Who's the king?
Oh.
I gotta know before I watch this.
I don't think the king is dead. Long live the
prince. So he's the king. You can't be the prince if the king is dead.
Well, he's young, though. This is a young Treat.
So what? Even if the king is dead, if you were the prince, you're now the king. Right? There has to be a king.
Dude, it's just a title.
Alright. I gotta watch the movie. I'll figure it out.
You gotta watch the title. It's a 5-star Sidney Lumet classic starring Treat. Alright? Then Once Upon a Time in America. That's right. It's in my top 4 on Letterboxd. My top 4 favorite movies. Treat's in it. He's great in it. All right? A treat at every turn. Then Smooth Talk. Smooth Talk. Laura Dern is like a teenager, and he's like a creepy guy who's trying to romance her. All right?
Okay.
He's a treat. All right? Dead Heat. Dead Treat. That's what we're talking about right now. But Dead Heat was a weird, I guess, zombie comedy. Yeah, with him and Joe Piscopo. All right, and you might be thinking, Joe Piscopo, that doesn't sound good. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. Treat's in it. All right. Then Deep Rising. I had you watch that, Logan. An all-time classic.
Are these in order
movie.
From best to worst, or what's going on?
No, they're in chronology.
Oh, okay.
All right, chronological. And last, Deep Rising. I mean, if you haven't seen Deep Rising, do it. And finally, of course, Everwood, his WB TV show that ran for 4 seasons. I was getting choked up yesterday looking at all the Everwood cast members that I follow on the social medias, getting sad about Treat.
I always like that.
Yeah, yep. And, I mean, that's an essential show. If you're out there and you've watched, like, Gilmore Girls and Dawson's Creek and, like, some of the WB classics, Buffy, but you've not watched Everwood, you're missing out, man. That's probably the most underrated WB show of that great era. All right? He's incredible in it. Treat for all 4 seasons. He's a star of the show. All right? It's fucking great.
All right.
R.I.P. Treat.
Now the good Lord is enjoying that treat.
That's right. I'm jealous of the residents of heaven because they've been given a delightful treat.
Oh man.
Oh. All right, let's get into the Turtles, huh?
All right.
Yeah. All right, so we're talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 and TMNT, which is the CGI animated one. All right, which I guess is part of the first three, because at the end they show little mementos from all the first movies.
Oh, interesting. I didn't think about that the whole time. So when they're like all separated, all the events of the first movies happened. This is all canon.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow, I guess I didn't stay till the end.
What do you mean? It's in the movie.
What are you talking about?
It's not like it's post creds. It's like,
say what you said again.
All right, so Splinter, you see him.
Oh, with the helmets at the end.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I understand. I thought you said there was like a credit scene where something happened.
No, but in that you see like the samurai shit from the third one.
Right.
And you see a TGRI capsule from the second one.
Oh.
Yeah. There's all kinds of shit going on.
Okay, that's cool.
All right. So, TMNT 3. And by the way, we're going to be using that abbreviation a lot today, TMNT. Just know that it stands for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, we're treating you guys like you're smart, so just keep up, okay?
Yeah.
We're not going to dumb it down for you guys.
Hell no. All right? All right, so TMNT 3, we've got a new writer-director, a real auteur here. All right? Goes by the name of Stuart.
For both of them.
Yep. Stuart Gillard. All right, you familiar with this fella?
No, but great name.
It is a good name, actually. I thought about that.
He might have gotten bullied, though, in school. Stuart Gillard? You might get bullied if your name is Stuart Gillard.
What would they have called him?
I don't know. I just feel like that's not a cool person's name. Right?
I think it's a cool person's name.
I agree as like an adult.
Yo,
like,
but if he called himself,
kid.
If he was like in high school calling himself Stu, right? Yo, Stu G.
Or Stewie was Family Guy. Oh no, that's not a thing.
Family Guy. He was probably 70 years old by the time that came out.
Oh yeah, that's not a thing yet.
All right, so he got his start writing for TV in the 70s, Logan. He wrote for Sonny and Cher and Mork and Mindy, some real classics. And then went on to be, he acted a little bit in the 80s, but he became a director. That was his stock in trade. He's directed mostly TV and straight-to-DVD movies, okay? But I'll tell you what, of the straight-to-DVD movies and TV movies, he's a franchise champion.
Yeah, you're right, actually. I'm looking at him.
All right, a franchise champion. He did a straight-to-DVD Lost Boys sequel called Lost Boys: The Thirst. He did a straight-to-DVD sequel to Matthew Broderick's War Games. He did the third in the Cutting Edge franchise about a hockey player and a figure skater falling in love.
That's Natalie from Big Brother 9's favorite movie, The Cutting Edge. I remember she referenced that once.
Hell yeah, dude. I love Natalie. She posted something pretty good on Instagram a couple of weeks ago. Wow. All right.
You're going to bring up his Disney Channel outing or no?
I was going to, yeah, because not only did he direct Twitches, he directed Twitches 2.
T-O-O. He came back.
T-O-O. That's right.
Very cool.
Now that's with That's So Raven, right?
You're so racist.
What? Who's in it?
That's Tia and Tamara Moore. Sisters.
Excuse me. I've never seen the Twitches movies. Leave me alone.
Then you shouldn't have said, isn't that Raven Simone? Oh my gosh.
All right. His only other big theatrical release, Logan, is Rocket Man, a movie I've told you about on multiple occasions, about Harlan Williamson, or Williams maybe, as an astronaut who farts a lot.
Yeah, and you think I should check that out?
No.
Oh, then why do you
But
bring it up all the time?
It's just worth knowing that there is a theatrically released movie about an astronaut who farts a lot.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Rocket Man. Did you see the other Rocket Man? Which one's better?
I've only seen the fart one.
Oh. Bohemian Rhapsody, you said, I'm not going to watch this one.
Exactly. After Bohemian Rhapsody, I was like, I'm never watching a music biopic again as long as I live.
Elvis, yeah, you're right. You stuck to your guns.
Yeah.
But people liked it. People liked Rocket Man.
I don't care.
All right.
I think I asked someone, do they include the part where he performed with Eminem at the Grammys? They said no. I said, I'm out.
Oh, I didn't know that they didn't include that. I won't be watching either.
All right, and my favorite credit of his, he directed 20 episodes of the CW 90210 reboot, okay? And I've seen every episode of that, so that's 20 hours of great Stuart Gillard content that I've watched.
All right, there we go.
All right. Now, hey, speaking of Instagram, everybody go out there and follow Stu Gillard on Instagram, okay? On his IMDb page, there was a link to his Instagram.
I've never seen that.
I've never seen it either. And I clicked on it. He's got under 400 followers. Let's give this guy some followers.
Yeah, follow bomb him. I think.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool.
Tell him we sent you.
The franchise sent
you. All right. So his Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie came out March 19th, 1993 in the theaters. I was there, Logan.
Yeah.
All right. I was excited for the new Turtles movie. I bought action figures of all the Turtles in their new samurai garb. Okay.
Did you take them to the theater with you?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm not that kind of loser.
Okay.
And I even Logan owned an action figure of Lord Norinaga.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're a big fan.
That's how pumped I was for this movie.
All the ones who didn't, they were just casuals. You were like, you have Lord Norinaga, you're a casual.
If you don't own Lord Norinaga, you're not a Turtles fan.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
Poser?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
All right. This movie cost $21 million to make, and it made $54.4 million at the box office. These budgets keep going up, and these box office receipts keep going down, baby.
Yeah, they made some money.
They made some money. It came in at number 34 for the box office of 1993, just behind the Beverly Hillbillies movie, and just ahead of Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey, which we can cover someday because after that they got lost in San Francisco. Okay,
that's right. I only saw the first one.
I've only seen the first. I've only seen the first one too. What's up with that?
I didn't want to watch them get lost again.
And by the way, that run of 3 movies, Beverly Hillbillies, TMNT 3, Homeward Bound, saw all of them in theaters.
Wow, you're developing your love for movies.
I am.
7 years old, 6 years old.
Yeah, this was a big year for me. And then like Jurassic Park came out that summer.
Oh, and then it's over.
Out of the water. It was done.
Yeah,
that's all I enjoy now.
Yep.
Yeah.
To this day.
To this day, it's fucking true. It determined the rest of my life. All right, so let's get into it. The film starts in Japan in the year 1603.
Wow.
All right.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, feudal Japan. There's a weird silhouette opening. It's like the rising sun, and they're turtles like dancing in front of it.
I feel like that was cool.
I thought it was pretty cool too. to be honest, you said you hit a wall during this one.
I got so bored. I just got so bored.
Here's how I remembered the Turtles movies going. First one, Stone Cold classic. Okay. Second one, solid, good. Not as good, but good.
Had Toka and Razor.
Yeah. And then third one, terrible. I looked up my letterbox. I had this rated at a 1. All right. And now, I've got to say, Secret of the Ooze, the second one, was not as good as I remembered it. This one better than I remembered it.
That has to count for something.
That does have to count for something.
All right. Well, I've never seen them, so I'm obviously going in blind.
All right. So there's a crazy cut where it's like a sword and then the subway. How about that?
Okay. Yeah, I remember that.
That was fun.
Pretty good.
There's a lot of crazy cuts in this movie. At one point, they show like a little rat, and then they like do a cut to Splinter.
Yeah, I enjoyed that thoroughly. I think they did. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. There was like something spinning in one movie, and then it turned into like some like log spinning that they were. Maybe I watched something else recently that did that.
Okay.
It was like a record. There was like a record spinning, and then it turned into like a log spinning. Did that happen on Spider-Man? I don't remember. Maybe I don't know. Anyway,
let's focus on the movie we're covering.
Well, I thought it might have been a Ninja Turtle thing.
When are they listening to records?
I thought somebody put a record on, and I don't know. Keep going.
All right. So April comes to the sewer hideout. All right, still lesser April from the second one, unfortunately. And she's got
3, right?
Should
we say 3 of 3?
Oh well, yeah, because SMG.
We have to.
Yeah, SMG's April. The next one, gotta get pumped about that. So she's got presents for all the turtles. Okay. Now, 4 of the 5 presents are extremely thoughtful. Let's talk about them.
Yeah.
April gets Raphael a fedora. Great present, right? He loves going outside. He loves wearing his little noir disguises.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Good present. All right. She gets Leonardo a book about ancient weaponry. All right. Leonardo, he loves swords. He's the leader. He's kind of square. He'd love this book. Okay?
Yep. Great pick.
Gets Donatello a radio. All right? He Donatello, as we know from the theme song, does machines.
That is a machine.
That is a machine. He's excited about it. It's got some like parts in it he thinks he can repurpose for other machines. Great present. Okay? She gets Splinter an antique. This antique lamp from
I thought this was going to be the one that because she didn't even know what it was really.
No, but she's like, this is from feudal Japan. All right? Splinter, he's a Japanese rat. He loves history. He loves the martial arts. All right? I think that's a good present. Then, what's her present for Michelangelo, Logan?
You tell me.
A lampshade.
Yeah, that's not so good. What's he going to do with that?
And you know what? Here's what I love about Michelangelo. He gets this awful present from April. Like, after watching his friends open up these delightful, thoughtful gifts, all right? It's like he got socks. And then he makes the best of it, Logan. He puts on some Hawaiian music. He puts the lampshade on his head, and he dances around.
I would say socks would be a better gift. Socks are
they're
nice
at least
gift.
useful. They're useful. Yeah, you know. I'm actually wearing socks right now that my mom got me.
Pretty expensive. You can't find a pack of socks under like $15 anymore. Probably socks are expensive.
Damn. All right, but congrats to Michelangelo on making the best of that present. But April, it's like she forgot to get something for Michelangelo and like found the fucking lampshade on the street.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. We cut back to the past, and we meet some of our new characters. There's Lord Norinaga. All right, he's got a son named Kenshin. And Kenshin is in love with a rebellious lady who's trying to overtake Lord Norinaga named Mitsu.
She's trying to overtake him?
Well, I think she's anti-gov.
Okay, so she wants to rule or she wants no ruler?
I think she just wants to get Norinaga out of office.
Okay, all right. How does it end? Does he get out of office?
Well,
I just remember them kind of going back home. I don't remember like that dispute being settled.
I think that he's not evil anymore. Like the problem with Norinaga is he's working with the British traitors.
Oh right, I like that guy.
I kind of did too. The British bad guy.
Yeah, he was like a fun element to the movie.
Yeah,
I was engaged when he was on screen.
I agree. I thought he was kind of funny, and I sort of liked his little sidekick guy too, Niles. Yeah,
I kept thinking of Giles. So
I kept thinking of Frasier.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah. So that's so at the end of the movie he dies. So it's like Norinaga. I guess we'll trust him now.
Niles died, or the main guy?
The main guy.
Oh, how did he die? I don't remember.
He has that big fall. He's got.
Oh, that was horrible.
Uber fall. It looks like shit.
Yeah, I remember that. Obviously,
dude. It's like over water, right? And then he just like disappears on the screen, and then you see the water go like.
Yeah.
Plop.
Yeah, it just vanishes from the screen.
It's awful. It's the worst looking fall I've ever seen in a movie. They should have done what Planet of the Apes did, Logan. Remember in Escape from the Planet of the Apes, you got those great like ape dolls that they just get tossed off the yeah.
Yeah, they should have done something like that.
Oh,
it was in the water too.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Was it fake water? Probably.
It probably was. Yeah, I think it definitely was. It just looked like a fucking blue screen, like when you're like setting up a VCR.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah,
how'd I forget that?
All right. Also, in the past, there's a scroll that has the Ninja Turtles on it.
Yeah, they were a thing from the past, and they like tormented them or something, so they hate them.
They know them as demons that they call Kappa.
Is that a thing? The turtles were like... I thought the turtles turned into Ninja Turtles because of the goo.
No, dude. I think they just look like these demons. So they're getting mistaken for them.
Oh, I thought the whole time that now the canon was that there were old Ninja Turtle and...
No! Come on!
They look just like Ninja Turtles. Didn't they have the headbands and everything?
They didn't have the headbands.
Oh, they didn't?
No, but they looked exactly like them other than that.
Okay.
All right. Now, April, that fucking antique sends her back into the past. And
she swaps Kenshin.
Yeah, she swaps bodies with Kenshin. Now, Kenshin's wearing her clothes. It was a good thing that she was wearing like a leather jacket and jeans rather than, say, a sundress.
Yeah, she was wearing a cool outfit.
Yeah. And by the way, I had an action figure of April wearing that outfit.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. All right. But she's back in the past now. Now, I don't understand why her Walkman traveled back with her. If her clothing is now on Kenshin, why wouldn't the Walkman also be?
Yeah, great point. Great point. Didn't cross my mind, but it obviously should have. That is a great call. It's never addressed.
I mean, it's just for the joke of them, like, beating up the Walkman with swords and shit.
Wasn't that funny?
I know, I agree. I don't know. All right, so, the Turtles are like, well, I guess we gotta go into the past, huh? Let's do that. But Splinter can't hang out here by himself, because what if this Kenshin guy goes nuts and murders him? So they get old Casey Jones. He's back!
Yeah, this is kind of like not upsetting, but like a little disappointing. His only role is like babysit. He has a few fun moments, like at the arcade and whatnot, but I don't know. It was a little bit of a letdown.
Look,
he's playing two characters though.
He is, yeah. There's a Casey of the past,
right?
Do you think that's one of his ancestors too?
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
is it not?
I have no idea.
Thought it was.
All right. So I'll tell you, it is disappointing. You want to see Casey wearing like a hockey mask fighting people, I guess. But as a kid, I loved this.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
I guess
when he shows them hockey, and then they try to play hockey and they just fight each other.
Yeah, they just battle each other. I liked it at the arcade, and they're like they don't want to go back, and they're like they love the arcade so much.
And who wouldn't? Maybe they're playing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game.
Wow, I didn't know about that.
Turtles in Time.
Wow. Wait, that's not a movie?
Turtles in Time is this movie. It like the ads referred to it as Turtles in Time, so it's like a real Die Harder situation.
Yeah, I've always heard that.
It's not like the official title, but people call it that. But there was also a video game, Turtles in Time, that had nothing to do with this movie at all.
Oh.
Yeah,
I guess that's why they didn't stick with it for the movie.
Yeah, they just liked that title at the time, I guess. It is good. I like the alliteration.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so they go in the past, and the Japanese honor guards come to the present, and it's a good thing they found people of the exact same dimensions as giant turtles, because that I would think that would be rare, but apparently all four of these guys.
Oh, so their clothes fit, you mean?
Well, they said it's like weight displacement, right? Donatello comes up with this theory where it's like the people they replace in the past have to be the exact same height and weight.
That's so complicated. Why is that even a part of the plot?
I don't know. And every time they show Donatello like figuring out math in this movie, he's literally like muttering to himself, the square root, E equals MC squared. And it's like
Donatello hasn't done much for me in these movies.
I thought he was pretty good in the animated one, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I felt like Leo and Raph were way better, and Michelangelo had the whole thing with his like with the birthday parties he was going to. Donatello, I feel like I don't really get much.
He's doing IT.
Donatello. Yeah, but he's definitely 4 of 4, right?
I guess yeah. But
yeah,
I always used to play as him in the video game because the bow staff, it's long. You could hit people from further out.
Why not do the sword? Leonardo.
The bow staff is longer.
All right. Yeah.
I always thought Leonardo was square.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me,
I mean,
Raph and Michelangelo. Those are the turtles you want to be.
But that's my hope for the Michael Bays. I want to see a little more Donatello. Do you know who plays any of the people in Michael Bay?
I have no fucking idea. You want to look it up? I'm kind of curious.
Are you? I just know Megan Fox and Will Arnett.
Yeah. I know that too, but they're not turtles.
Right.
Unfortunately.
But I thought he was Casey, and apparently he's not. You said he's her dad.
They're like nobodies mostly. Leonardo's Johnny Knoxville, but I've never heard of any of the other ones.
Okay. All right. That's fun.
That is fun. Johnny Knoxville. Hey, you know who Splinter is?
No.
Tony Shalhoub.
Okay. All right.
I feel like I've been seeing Tony Shalhoub in everything recently. He keeps popping up. I just watched that Flamin' Hot Cheetos movie, and he was in that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So we're in the past. What's going on? They meet Mitsu, right?
Yeah, Michelangelo rides on a horse backwards.
Oh, right. That's when
joke.
they first get there. That's fun.
Yeah.
My horse doesn't even have a head. What a fucking dumbass. All right. You know what I kind of liked about this movie?
What?
It was annoying me at first because there were a lot of references to old shit, and it's it felt like a 50-year-old man making reference. These are teenagers.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be they constantly reference the Three Stooges in this movie and Bonanza and Elvis Presley and Blue Hawaii. So that was annoying me at first, but then there were a lot of contemporary references too, which I appreciated. At one point someone hits somebody and they go hammer time.
Yeah, you like
that one? I like that. And remember one of them jumps down a sewer or something and she goes, "I'll be back."
Yes.
Huh?
I do. That was good.
There's a reference to the Geraldo Rivera show. Someone says, "I'm a turtle and I can't get up," which was a reference to a line of commercials around that time.
Yeah.
And possibly also Steve Urkel. All right. So I enjoyed the mixture of references.
All right. This guy knows a lot of stuff.
How about this?
Different generations.
The weirdest contemporary reference to the whole movie was when Michelangelo saves that kid from the fire. and he goes, "Kurt Russell, eat your heart out."
Yeah, what did that mean?
Because
is he like a big action hero?
No, it was a popular movie that year. Backdraft. It was a firefighter movie with Kurt Russell.
Oh, Backdraft reference.
Yeah, you'd have to like really remember, like, oh, Backdraft came out around this time.
Like saving somebody and be like, John Cena, eat your heart out. And they were like, no, you don't understand. John Cena was in a movie playing with fire.
Yeah, right.
You don't get it.
Totally.
That's great.
All right, so Yoshi, the kid, Michelangelo saves him from the fire, and then Leo administers CPR on him, which is one of the silliest things I've ever seen in my life. His giant hands and his huge head. Like, how the fuck is he blowing air into this kid's mouth? I don't know. But it works. He brings him back to life. And then, the one who really forms the bond with the kid's Raphael.
Yeah, which made... I didn't really understand the ending where Michelangelo's like, I want to stay. I thought it should be Raphael that wanted to stay.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. First of all, it doesn't make any sense that Raphael's the one to bond with the kid. Wouldn't the kid want to bond with either of the two turtles that saved his life, rather than this sullen one over there in the corner? But that's... And then Michelangelo, he wants to stay in feudal Japan at the end of the movie. Ultimately doesn't. But you know what that's about? He falls in love with that Mitsu girl.
Really? He fell in love with her?
Yes, I'm telling you. Which is weird already, because he's met Kenshin. All right? The guy...
He don't know bro code?
Exactly, dude. Kenshin, he's met him for like 5 minutes. The only thing he knows about this dude is that he and Mitsu are in love. All right?
That's the one thing he knows.
That's the only thing he knows. And so he spends the entire rest of the movie trying to cockblock Kenshin.
Yeah, that's fucked up. I didn't even put that together, really, that he is in love with her, and that's why he stay.
Look, in the present, I will say it'd probably be tough for the turtles to find a human woman that would want to fuck them. But in the past, when they're sort of like worshipped, like, who are these turtles? They're like gods. He maybe could have gotten something going.
Yeah.
So I sort of get it on that level, but go. There's a million women out there in feudal Japan. You don't need to go out to the one lady that you've. I mean, I guess they're not friends. They only knew each other for 5 minutes. You know what? Fucking go for it, Michelangelo.
Yeah, I mean, if it's what his heart desires. But it is crazy. The one thing he knows is that he loves this lady, and then he meets the lady, and he's like, oh, I don't even care.
Yeah. I've hooked up with like 3 married women, so I don't know why I'm giving Michelangelo shit.
Yeah, who are you to judge him?
All right. Hey, did you notice the weed reference in this movie?
What happened?
At one point in the present, Casey, he's trying to figure out, like, the honor guard guys are like going nuts, and he's like, "You guys need to calm down. Can I offer you a little herbal?" He says, "Can I offer you a little herbal?" And as a kid, I thought that meant tea. But now I'm watching as an adult, I think it's a sneaky weed reference.
Wow. No, I didn't put that together, but it's very possible. What was he doing? He didn't have tea anywhere near him?
No, he was just sitting there.
All right. It's very possible. He seems like a stoner, Casey.
And Logan, can I ask you to pull a clip from this movie? Is that possible?
Yeah, that's possible.
All right. At one point, Michelangelo is making pizza. Okay, in the past, and he's like, "We could really like make a thing out of this. Let's like open a pizza chain." And he goes,
"We're talking franchises here, bud."
I think you should pull that. Fuck the theme song of the show. Let's just pop that at the top of every episode.
I don't think whoever made the theme song would be happy with that.
Who, Henry?
What was it? Henry by himself?
Henry and Jason Anthony Harris. Look, we can continue the theme song. Can you maybe do a remix of the theme song with that quote in it?
You know, in not to talk about John Cena more, but in John Cena's wrestling theme song, he says it's the franchise, but something something, and I always think about that. We should that should be our theme song.
It's the franchise, girl. I'm shining now. You can't see me. My time is now.
That
she rhymes now with now.
Yeah,
yeah. Great rapping from John Cena as always.
All right, I could pull that clip and we can see about that.
Thank you. I would love nothing more. All right. So there's lots of fighting. They use their weapons more in this movie. I think they're allowed to because like it's the past, so they've all got swords.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was a little bored by the action in this one.
Yeah, I mean I was too. It's not like a great movie or anything. It's just I remembered this one being like a clown movie. And it's really not. Like, it kind of takes itself seriously in a couple parts.
But once we were, like, in Japan, and there was... I liked the relation... I liked Kenshin and Mitsu fine. And then I was disappointed by Casey, and then there was, like... I didn't like the guy Niles. I felt like we got too much of Niles. And even Walker I liked, but that plot I felt like was, like, an extra... layer that I didn't need. I like the turtles and I like the Kenshin Mitsu thing. And then like all the extra stuff, I was just, I don't know, I felt bored by it.
That's fair. There's a lot of cutting away from the turtles, checking in with the bad guys in this movie. And it's not like it's the Foot Clan or like Shredder. Like it's just some like old ass feudal Japan guys. Like who gives a shit?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I did have an action figure of Lord Norinaga, but you know, not everybody was that into it.
Can you talk about when April cuts her dress off in half, like to make it shorter, and the turtles are like, "Ooh, I love that."
Yeah, what does Michelangelo say? He goes, "Lego Rama."
Yeah, and they go, "Swing." They do that.
Well, you know, that's a Wayne's World thing.
Yeah, so that's in Wayne's World.
Yeah, yeah. But I get why she did it.
Yeah,
she's walking around.
But I don't need the turtles like, oh, April. Like I don't need them. I don't need to think about how they are sexually attracted to April. Is that always a thing with them? Has that been a thing with the other movies?
In the first one, like Michelangelo's looking at her on the TV, going like, "Who's the babe?"
Yeah, and she does like at one point be like, "Special shout out to Raphael," and he's like, "Ooh," like blushing a little bit maybe, or maybe it's not him, but she does. There are a few moments where they blush, but here I was thinking about how they were like seeing her leg and being like, "Ooh," like wanting to fuck April, and it really made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I do think there is some out of the box turtles wanting to fuck humans in this movie because there's also the Michelangelo Mitsu subplot.
Yeah, which I guess I didn't even pick up on.
Yeah. But, you know, I guess Casey and April are dating.
Really?
I don't know. In the next movie, they call them boyfriend and girlfriend, and this takes place in the same universe, right?
Yeah, they're for sure dating in the next movie.
Yeah. Are they living together in the next one?
That's possible. There's a scene where, like, Raphael's like, "Hey, Casey, come up on the roof. Let's hang out." And he sneaks out. So I think it's possible.
Yeah, and April's like, "Good luck." Alright, so end of the movie, and it ends with Jungle Boy's entrance theme from AEW.
Wow.
You could play it right here. That'll be a great outro for the episode as well, Logan.
Well, I don't like to play it and then play it again for the outro, so I like to like blue ball people. Like if they hear a song and I don't play it, then they're like, "Ooh, that might be the outro."
Oh, I love that. Well, blue ball the fuck out of them. Might be the outro. All right. Yeah. What do you give this movie?
I like that it didn't end on make a funny.
Yeah. Oh, but I gotta say, we didn't even talk about it. Like the Henson Company wasn't involved in this one.
Yeah.
And
I didn't really notice that it looked terrible.
I fucking did. The puppets look worse in this one. The turtles, their mouths are moving weird. They've got too much teeth going on.
The teeth. You're right.
Yeah, but the worst of all of them is fucking Splinter. Splinter looks like shit in this movie. And every time we cut to him, he's like standing behind something, so they only really have to show his head. It sucks.
Well, yeah, I didn't really notice that. I saw a few Letterboxd reviews that were talking about how it looked a lot worse. And I think I just appreciate anything that's real now. But you're right. The teeth, I noticed the teeth a lot were like a lot of teeth.
Yeah, they were too toothy in this one.
They were too like human-y teethy. I don't know. I don't know how the other ones looked, but these are like big like chompers. I don't know.
You're right, man. All right. I'll
give it a 2. I'll give it a 2.
Yeah, I am 2. I'm going up from a 1 to a 2 on this one.
That's good. What's the opposite of a nostalgia buster?
Nostalgia blaster.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Is this the first one, or have you had a lot of those?
I've had a couple, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Who's your MVP?
I think I might go the bad guy, Walker.
Oh, wow.
I think I liked him overall the most consistently. Even though I didn't like that whole plot of all. What is it like? They traded with him and then they started working together.
Yeah, he's selling them guns and cannons and shit.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
but I thought he was good, so I'll go with that guy, whoever that actor was.
I'll go with Michelangelo. All right, he made the best out of that lampshade. He did a hula dance. He made pizza in the past. He rode on his horse the wrong way. He was just a delight the whole movie.
Almost had a relationship with Mitsu.
Yep.
That could have been nice. That's a good pick. Can't argue that.
Thank you. And who's your LVP?
Ooh, LVP. So I wrote down Niles, Leonardo, Donatello, and April. And I think I'm just going to go with Niles.
Nice.
Or maybe April. She caused all this mess.
I guess you're right. Yeah, she needs to bring back that antique.
She didn't even know what it was. Don't bring back something you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
No, I'll go Niles.
Niles?
Yeah, sorry to that guy.
What about that big fat guy, the jailer?
I liked him.
Yeah, I liked when he pulled the thing up with himself in it.
Sure.
All right, LVP. Who do I go with here? I'll go with Donatello. I didn't like all that bad math he was doing.
Bad math?
I told you this. He's constantly doing math in this movie, trying to figure out like the dimensions of the time portal or whatever.
What's bad about it?
Because he's saying nothing. Like, it's bullshit. Like, he goes, at one point, he literally mutters to himself, the square root. And I'm like, what square root are you figuring out right now? How's that helping you?
Yeah, it's just like bullshit, like movie talk. So we're like, all right, she's figuring out the thing. Yeah, that's completely fair.
Carry honestly, the 5. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, great choice. Great choice.
Thank you. All right. I was sad no songs about the turtles in the credits.
Yeah, that was a bit of a letdown.
Yeah, they should have had somebody do it. 1993, maybe Pearl Jam.
I heard the Ninja Turtles like crash parties.
I like it, man. That made me laugh. All right, what's did we do everything?
Yeah, I think so.
Man, I'm so used to the Buffy show where after all that we have to like rank the thing, but we don't do that here.
Remember, I started this year off. I was like, I'm gonna rank all the franchise movies we've watched.
Yeah, and you didn't do that.
I could tell how bored you were. Like, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna keep.
That was
this.
Becoming the new superhero count for a while there.
Yeah, I bailed on that.
Yeah. All right. So that's TMNT 3. Go follow Stuart Gillard on Instagram, gang. We've got the next one, TMNT. It's an animated one. Now, after Turtles 3, they were like, let's do an animated. All right? They started working on it in the year 2000. They were going to have John Woo produce a Ninja Turtles movie.
Okay.
And I guess that just never made it off the ground, all right? So this company, Imagi, gets the rights. They were like an up-and-coming CGI animation company. People had high hopes for them. They were snatching up the rights to a lot of cartoon and anime projects, all right? Mm-hmm. Ultimately, they only ever made 2 movies. movies. This movie, and then they followed it up with Astro Boy, which was a huge fucking bomb, and they lost like $25 million on that movie, and it tanked the whole company.
Wow.
All right? So there might have been sequels to this animated one if not for Astro Boy, because it didn't do poorly.
Yeah. Well, I don't like this. Not to say I don't like this kind of animation, but I feel like the mouths they don't keep up with the voices sometimes. I noticed that especially with Sarah Michelle Gellar. I felt like she was doing a good job with her voice, but April wasn't connecting with me.
Well, even Pixar, I don't think they ever really nail what humans look like. And this is like 2007, some second-rate company trying to do humans.
Yeah.
They look like shit. Like, the turtles look fine, but like Casey and April look terrible. And the Patrick
movie
Stewart
itself
guy,
looks very cool at times.
at times, but it just takes itself so fucking seriously. I'm like, can somebody say cowabunga?
Yeah. It's like how you feel about the Evil Dead. It's like these are funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turtles should be funny. I mean, I get it. The guy who made it, this fella, Kevin Monroe, who's a writer, director of this movie, he was like a big fan of the comics. So he's going more for the comic book tone, and he's bringing in characters from the comics that I don't even know from the cartoon, that were never introduced into the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
And like, that's all well and good, but bro, you're making the movie for like 10 people, because the rest of us want to see pizza parties. We want to hear cowabunga. All right. We want to hear dudette. We want to hear all the good stuff.
Michelangelo had some funny stuff. I got a funny moment. You want to hear a funny moment here?
When he belched?
No, that was good. But what about Kevin Smith playing a diner?
Well, I'm not up to the movie yet, but
okay.
But yeah, that blew my mind. I didn't remember that. What is up with in 2007? Any slightly nerdy thing had to have a Kevin Smith cameo in it.
Really?
Yeah, because remember he shows up in Die Hard Live Free or Die Hard.
Yeah, Live Free or Die Hard. That's 2007?
Yeah, I think same year.
Wow. Seems later than that.
I don't know. Like, it's like I've never heard Kevin Smith make a Ninja Turtles reference. Like, if you want to throw him in like a Star Wars cartoon, fine. Like, he constantly talks about Star Wars. Or like,
he's the Fat Man on Batman.
Yeah. If you want to throw in a Batman cartoon, fine. He's Fat Man on Batman. But
yeah, stay in your lane, Kevin.
What is this? When have you ever done a Turtles thing?
Yeah, great point.
All right.
Another great joke. Gilmore Girls reference. You like that?
I was blown away, Logan. I was blown away. The news cuts into TV, and it's we'll return you to Gilmore Girls, and I'm like, what the fuck? By the way, they called it The Gilmore Girls, which is incorrect. There's no the in that title. Yeah, they got that wrong. All right, so this movie came out March 23rd, 2007. Logan, I was there. I saw it in theaters the day it came out.
By yourself? Who was
by myself. I was in college, and I was just going to the movies by myself to see this Ninja Turtles thing. There were like 6 people in the audience. I remember that. I think I saw it like the 42nd Street Theater in the big fucking Times Square.
You should have said, "Hey guys, let's play a game. We'll do all of us are the Ninja Turtles, and then 2 of us are Casey and April. Who's who, guys?" And try to like bond with them.
You know what I do now is every time I go to the AMC, I start to say I do the Nicole Kidman thing out loud.
Oh wow, I bet that's fun.
Yeah, and recently a guy joined in at the end, like yelled out, "We make or so." He said he had one of the lines, and I was like, me and that guy. We should be friends.
I have like a thought for a movie. Well, I guess I shouldn't say, but
dazzling images on a huge silver screen. All right.
There's a thought that I have for a movie where like a guy and a girl, or a guy and a guy, or a girl and a girl. I don't want to say, but they watch a movie. Just 2 strangers. They go watch a movie together, right? Not together, but separately. But it's like they notice that they're laughing at all the same parts in the movie, and like nobody else is laughing, and it's like a love story, and that's like the start of their love story is like over the movie that they are like understanding the same parts, and like it's getting them the same, but nobody else is really getting it, you know.
Why don't you go make that? Regal Cinemas, they're always having contests, like make a little short film before the movies about people going.
I have it set at Regal Cinemas, so they'd like it even more.
Yeah, but you'd have to.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, great stuff.
Thanks.
Heartbreak feels good in a place like this.
Yeah, it really does.
All right. So does falling in love, I guess. All right. This was made for $34 million. It made $95.6 million at the box office, coming in at number 46 for the year. Between Tyler Perry's "Why Did I Get Married," which we can cover.
Medea?
No. It's not a Medea. We can cover that someday because there's "Why Did I Get Married 2," TOO.
We can do Boo 2. A Medea Halloween?
Well, but Boo 2 Medea Halloween is just part of the Medea franchise.
Yeah, never mind. That's a Medea movie.
Yeah, that's a sequel within the Medea franchise, which is incredible.
That's very cool, actually.
Yeah. Now, it was between that and, of course, P.S. I Love You, starring our good friend Gerard Butler.
Yeah, not a very good movie.
Agent Mike Banning himself.
Yep.
All right. Let's get into the movie, I guess.
Yeah.
There's it opens with some narration. It is like, remember I told you the first time I saw Lord of the Rings and I was pumped for it, and then that narration kicks in and it's like the land of Middle Earth separated into hobbits and elves, and I was like, oh god, I'm gonna fucking hate this. I had a similar experience watching this.
Yeah, me too. Just yesterday, and it was after I told you I hit a wall during that third one. I didn't like the third one very much, and then this one opens up without voiceover, and I was not into it. By the way, I knew Lawrence Fishburne was in this movie, and I thought my whole life, I just assumed he played one of the Ninja Turtles or like Shredder or something.
No, he's just the narrator.
Yeah, he's just the narrator.
He's like Charlton Heston in Armageddon.
Yeah, it's true.
But he's like 3,000 years ago or something. And I'm like, holy shit! So we're like 1,000 years before Christ was born. All right,
long time.
This is a long time, and he starts going on and on about demons and a portal to another dimension. I'm like, portal to another dimension? I'm listening. Maybe it's Dimension X. Maybe we're gonna see the Technodrome. All right, but
that's what you're thinking?
Yeah, well, because that's in the cartoon. I'm excited about that. But no, he's saying like the stars have to align. There's a constellation called the Stars of Keekan, and then a portal opens and 13 monsters come through it, and I'm like, kill me now.
Yeah, it's rough stuff.
It's like
this movie.
7 minutes of narration before you see a goddamn shell.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like this is like how the Justice League movie opens. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I feel like it's like a similar thing.
I feel like that whole movie's that.
Yeah, you might be right. Also, all of his buddies got turned into statues. We should bring that up. That's important.
Yeah, but it's impossible to follow the plot. Like, the plot is so stupid and incomprehensible that I hate starting the movie with all this exposition because it's not helpful.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I sort of got invested when they took Leo and they were like going to use him to trick the guy to pretend he was a monster. You know, it'll put him in there, and like by the time he figures out,
because then there's an objective. Like, you understand what they're at least trying to accomplish in that moment, which is more than I can say for like the entire rest of the movie.
Yeah, I agree with you. But that's the moment where it sort of clicked for me, and I was like, all right, I guess I'm in for the rest of the movie now. Well, I guess the fight before was before that, so that was great too.
That was right after the Kevin Smith cameo.
Right. I did sort of like that. They sort of fought the monster in his diner. I did like the scene.
Yeah, that was all right. So at the beginning of the movie, the turtles are fractured. Okay, they're all living their own lives. We first go to Central America, where we see Leonardo. He's hanging out in the jungle. He's known as the Ghost of the Jungle. And April's tracking him down there. It's weird. All right. Meanwhile, Donatello, he took a job doing like...
I thought April was just down there doing a job for the bad guy. And then she ran into him.
At one point, she goes out into the woods and she's like, Leonardo? Because remember, she asks that kid, where'd you see the giant turtle?
Oh, right. I think she's there and then she hears that he's around. She's like, I'll go hang out with Leo, I guess.
Yeah.
In the neighborhood.
Right.
Yeah. And they all have jobs. Yeah, he's Donatello is a tech support guy.
Yeah. Yeah. He's
Michelangelo does birthdays.
He's a birthday Ninja Turtle. He wears a Ninja Turtle helmet over his own Ninja Turtle head.
Yeah, do they know what Ninja Turtles are? What are you? What character are you?
Yeah, I think they do. I think it's like in Ghostbusters 2 when the Ghostbusters are doing birthday parties.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even think about that. But that's the same thing.
Yeah. And Raphael, he's a motorcycle riding vigilante. And I would say, Raphael, don't ride a motorcycle. It could result in your death, like Treat Williams. All right.
That's how he died?
Yeah, they're dangerous motorcycles.
He died in a motorcycle accident?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that is so sad.
I know. It's even worse.
That's honestly, car accidents are one of the worst ways you can die. Because it's you're just I'm going to go get some milk, and then you never come back. Shit is sad, D-Train.
I know. It's a bummer. It's a real bummer. Fucking motorcycles, they're loud, they're annoying. It was probably the one time in his life that dude wasn't being a treat, and it resulted in his death.
Yeah, to the people on the highway, he wasn't a treat.
No. All right. So Raphael, he's riding a motorcycle, and he's a nighttime vigilante going by the Night Watcher. All right. Great.
I have a question about the Night Watcher. Can I ask
Tell
you?
me. Yeah.
They're aware of the Night Watcher, and they are also aware of the fact that Raphael sleeps the entire day and is up the entire night. How do they not put this together?
I know, and they see the Night Watcher on the news, and it's wow, that looks like that fella's oddly shaped, almost like a giant turtle.
Casey is even yeah, I knew it was you because you're shaped like a turtle.
Yeah, is Casey that much smarter than the Ninja Turtle?
It made me think.
Donatello can't figure this shit out?
It made me think how even a turtle at its absolute smartest is so stupid compared to a human. I felt like that's what they were telling me in that moment. Casey's not the brightest guy ever, but he's it's very obvious you're a turtle.
Maybe
and all these other
teenagers. Teenagers are self-centered little pricks.
But you're aware, right? I was super aware of my surroundings when I was a teenager.
Yeah, I know. You're hyper aware because everything matters. Everything means something. Now nothing means shit.
Yeah. Who plays Casey, by the way?
It's Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four's Chris Evans. That's how we knew him at the time.
Yeah.
But now he's Captain America there.
I gotta say, he didn't do anything for me in this movie.
Me neither. He's boring.
Yeah, very, they could have done so much better than Chris Evans.
I agree. I don't know how Chris Evans got famous. I like him as Captain America, but up until the time he was Captain America, he was such a boring, undistinguished actor. He's not funny.
I know him as Scott Pilgrim, basically.
He's boring in that. He's not interesting.
No, he's funny in that.
He's good looking, but he's not he didn't get hot until Captain America. I don't know, man. Well, I guess he was hot when he was on fire in Fantastic Four, right?
Human Torch.
The Human Torch. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that's a good point.
It's crazy. The guy lacks charisma.
He's not working out. We're seeing as after the Avengers, it's not really going so well for him.
Well, he's just Captain America. That's all he'll ever be.
I hope it works out. I remember Knives Out came out. I was like, "Oh shit, this is so exciting." He's doing some cool stuff.
Yeah, he's good in that.
And then but after that, I feel like it hasn't gone so well.
It's true. People don't want to admit it, but Pratt's the best Chris.
Pine.
I disagree.
I love Pine.
I rank him Pratt, Pine, Hemsworth, him.
Pratt's really good. I just saw the Guardians again the other day, and I think I might have got my MVP wrong. Pratt might be the MVP of that movie.
Who
He's
did you
really,
give it
really
to?
good.
Fucking Mantis?
Yeah, I get it.
You love Mantis.
She's great. She's in the new Mission Impossible movie, I think.
Is she?
I think I saw like a stand-up little thing for it at the movie theater, and I'm pretty sure I saw her on the.
Hey, did your stand-up thing have like a little video screen in it?
No.
There's one at my movie theater. I've never seen it before. It's like a cardboard stand-up, but it's got a video screen on it that's playing the trailer.
That's cool. There's a new movie, like a new Lakeith Stanfield Haunted Mansion movie coming out, and that had a like LED crystal ball that kept lighting up, which I thought was neat.
Man, they're really experimenting with these these stanchions.
I put some together before, like
me too.
Friend request.
No, I never did.
Oh, it's like somebody unfriends somebody on Facebook and then they like stalk them or something. And I put one of those up. I had a bunch of different computer screens, but none of them lit up. It was so disappointing.
Okay.
That was a terrible day. Like, I remember I walked into work and they were like, "You got to put this thing up today." And I was like, "The fuck is this?" And then I looked at it and I was like, "Oh, but there's computer screens. That's pretty cool. Maybe when I get done, there'll be computer, like little light up buttons." And I put the whole thing together. It took me like my whole shift. And at the very end, no button. I was like, "Why? How do we hook up the lights and everything?" Nothing.
What a disappointment.
Bottom 10 day of my life, probably.
Well, what a charmed life you've led.
Well, I feel like everything else was bad also. That was just another bad thing on top of it.
What else happened that day? You shit yourself. Your girl cheated on you.
No. I don't know.
All right.
It's a long time ago.
All right, so April, I don't know what the fuck she's doing in these movies. Like, she's a reporter, as far as I know.
That's what she is in the comics, or in the cartoon?
In the cartoon, yeah. And in the first two movies. We never see her do it in the third movie. But she's at this point delivering statues to a rich guy?
Yeah, didn't really make sense.
I didn't understand where the fuck this came from, why Casey's helping her. What's going on?
Yeah, I had the same questions. I don't know.
Yeah. Now, this rich dude is Patrick Stewart. Were you excited about Patrick Stewart?
Yeah, he was good.
Professor Charles Xavier. Charles Francis Xavier, Logan.
When he dies, that'll be the thing we know him from.
No, it's going to say Picard.
You really? I didn't even think. That's a good point. Wow, what a legend.
Yeah, it'll say Star Trek and X-Men actor Patrick Stewart dead at 117.
Yeah, great job. Way to go.
Yeah.
Great pull. Star Trek. Great job.
It's not a huge pull.
I know, but it seems so obvious. Like, obviously, he's Professor X, but then you're like so immediately like, no, he's Picard. And it's like, yeah, he is Picard.
Because he was Picard for years. I remember when X-Men first came out, it was like, holy shit, Picard is playing Xavier.
Yeah, I think more just an oversight on my part.
Yeah. All right. So he's in this movie. Splinter. How do you feel about Splinter?
Who is he?
He's voiced by Mako, who's this like very famous Japanese actor. Like, he was in a lot of shit in the 80s and 90s, including both Conan movies. We'll cover him one day.
I feel like I didn't love him.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Was he doing a lot of action in this movie? Maybe.
No.
Was that in the last movie? I felt like Splinter fought a lot at one point.
Oh, he does a little bit in this movie. Yeah. I also read that he died, Mako, like halfway through recording the thing. So
in the booth.
In the booth.
They say no, Leonardo, and he couldn't do it.
Conan actor Mako, dead at 72.
He was 72?
Yeah, only 1 year older than Treat.
I saw his photo on IMDb, and he sort of looked older than that. That's surprising.
Yeah, it was surprising to me too, because I saw him in a bunch of shit in the 80s, and he looks like fucking 90.
Yeah, if you had told me he was 94 years old, I would have believed you.
Yeah. All right, but and so they got some white guy to like record the rest of his shit doing like a Mako impression. I don't know.
Wow.
Anyway, he watched at one point. He watches. He says he's gonna go watch soap operas. He says, "Let me go watch my stories."
Yeah. Well, he said that, and then he turned on the thing, and it was the Gilmore Girls thing, and I was like, was that what he was about to watch, or was that just what was on the TV at the time?
It must have just been what was on the TV at the time, right? Because it seemed to me he was turning on like Young and the Restless or All My Children.
He mentioned like some characters. He was like, somebody's going to cheat on somebody, and I was like,
right.
Oh, D-Train will know these characters. But
none of those characters were Gilmore Girls characters. I would love it if he made like a specific Gilmore Girls reference in that moment.
Is Rory going to pass her test?
Yeah. Is Lorelai going to marry Max Medina or not? All right.
Yeah. That would have bumped this up for sure.
It would have for sure, yeah. So what's up? There's the big Raph fight. Raph is such a little prick. He's such a sullen little bat. Like, I used to love Raph as a kid, and maybe it's because I was a sullen little kid. Now as an adult, I'm like, ease up, Raph.
But also, he's like, hey, we're Ninja Turtles. Emphasis on the ninja part. And then Leo went off, and now we're just like regular turtles. This sucks. I sort of understand. He wants to get back out there.
No, I understand that. But now Leo's back, and he's being like a little bitch about it.
Yeah, even when he returned. I liked when he returned on the plane. That was awesome. That was a really cool shot.
That was cool, yeah. And he swims through the sewer. That was good.
Yeah, he came in through the water. That was really awesome.
So they get...
I agree. Once he's back, he chill out.
Yeah. They get in a big fight, and Leo gets captured, and then they have to, like, band together to get Leo back. There's a big fight scene... set to a POD song. You know I like to point out when POD songs are in movies.
Sure.
I do that a lot. And and then there's a lot of mindless action for a long time that I didn't give a shit about.
Yeah, but I thought that fight was very cool, honestly. I thought the way it was shot.
No, that was the
cool.
best. That was the highlight of the movie. Raph fighting Leo.
Yeah, that's what I'll remember. However many years from now is the Raph Leo fight.
Yeah, it felt like fucking Freddy versus Jason.
Sure, exactly like that. Leo should have held Raph's head, and then Raph winked at the camera. That'd be a great ending to the movie.
That would have been a good ending. All right. So I don't know. What you got? Anything else to say about it?
No. I mean, they defeat all the monsters. And they live.
Yeah, and then I was all excited because I looked at the soundtrack because I had to look up. I was like, "Is this POD?" And then it turned out it was. and so I was like, I wonder if there's going to be a turtle song during the closing credits, like there were in the first two movies. It said Gym Class Heroes.
Oh.
You remember Gym Class Heroes?
Sure.
Yeah. I loved them at the time. I'd seen them live the summer before with opening act Cobra Starship, who also have a song in this movie soundtrack.
Wow.
But I saw that the name of the Gym Class Hero song was Shell Shock. All right? I'm like, Shell? Is there a Gym Class Heroes song about the Ninja Turtles at the end of this movie? I was getting pumped, Logan. All right? And then the credits roll. And A, it's the worst Gym Class Heroes song I've ever fucking heard in my life. B, he's rapping it all fast like he's trying to be Busta Rhymes or Tech Nine. So I have no idea what the fuck he's saying. And three, the lyrics weren't even about the turtles.
Oh my gosh. What's even the point?
What is the point?
I didn't know you were a Gym Class Heroes fan.
They came out when I was in college, and I liked them at the time. They were cool.
Yeah, they were like your version of like 21 Pilots or whatever. That was like a big band a few years ago.
I hated them.
Yeah, you would probably. But I'm sure people that were your age when Gym Class Heroes came out.
Yeah, maybe if 21 Pilots were around when I was in college, I would have liked them. Who knows?
Yeah, probably. I like Gym Class Heroes too.
Yeah, the first two albums were good, man. Cupid's Chokehold, that shit was a banger.
Sure.
All right. Logan, What do you give this movie?
I got a 2.
Yeah, I had it as a 2. I'm thinking I might go down to a 1.
No, there was enough. Halfway through when everything happened with the fight and everything. From there until the end, I was pretty on board.
All right, I'll give it a 2 also. I liked the stuff with them all separated at the beginning of the movie. The Raph Leo fight's good.
I thought the monster fight in that big building was pretty good also.
That was all right. And I liked when Casey and Raph were like trying to like hide out in that little roof house.
Yeah, and then he gets like shot with the dart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, there's some good stuff in the movie. It's just so self-serious. It's like fucking, god damn it. Can Vanilla Ice show up?
I really didn't mind because during the third one I was just like, all right, more of the same. Like nothing bad's gonna happen. They're just gonna make their jokes and do their little kicky kicks and then go back and then everything's gonna be fine. And here I was kind of like, there's a little more to hang on to. I thought. I think I like this one more than 3.
I don't. It's trying something, but I don't think it succeeds. It's just not entertaining to me.
All right, fair enough. I just think the opposite.
Okay,
I feel like they're both about 90 minutes though, right? They're both pretty short.
Yeah. 3 was 96. This was 87, which is pretty good. Yeah. Who's your MVP in this one?
I think you got to go Leo or Raph, and I'm gonna go Leo.
I'm going Leo also. Fuck Raph.
Yeah, I just thought they were the 2 most compelling parts of the movie.
Yeah, I mean the whole movie like centers around their sort of war.
Yeah, but I'll go Leo. Raph's just yeah, I agree. Once Leo is back in the picture, Raph should realize, oh, Leo's back in the picture. Let's work towards working together and being a team.
The second he gets back, he like wakes up Michelangelo and Donatello who are sleeping, and he's like, "Leo's back. You should go say hi before he fucking leaves again."
Exactly.
And it's like, shut up, bro.
Yep, I agree.
All right, who's your LVP?
LVP, I'm gonna go Chris Evans. He did absolutely nothing for me.
I'm going to go with the monsters. And I'll tell you why. Because the Ninja Turtles are packed with great monsters, okay? Every episode, seemingly, of the Ninja Turtles cartoon introduced some awesome fucking monster, okay? These had nothing. I don't remember any of the designs.
I remembered one. There was like a big spider-looking creature on the bridge. They like captured on a bridge.
I don't know. They were boring. I liked that one. Me.
That's the one I remember.
Yeah, and I don't know. And the turtles, like, what'd you think of the voices?
I thought they were fine. I had no beef. Who were they?
They were just voice actors, like dudes who are in a lot of video games and cartoons and shit. Except for Donatello, weirdly, who his voice was Mitchell Whitfield, who of course played Rachel's ex-fiance who cheated on her, the orthodontist, in the first season of Friends.
Wow! I remember that.
Yeah, he also had a prominent role in My Cousin Vinny.
Okay, well, I love that movie.
Yeah. All right. That's all I got for this one. Next week on the show, Michael Bay.
Yep. You ever covered Michael Bay before?
No, because his only franchises, I think. Well, he didn't even direct these, right? He just produced them.
Are you serious?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah. Who directed these?
I don't know. Because Michael Bay's only franchise is
Transformers.
The Transformers. Let's see. Who directed this next one? You got that?
You got that info? The second one. Dave Green did the second one.
Dave
Out of
Green?
the Shadows.
Who the fuck is that?
Dave Green. You don't know Dave Green? Where you been?
I've never heard of that guy in my life.
Jonathan Liebsman did the first one.
Now that guy I've heard of. All right, because he directed your
Battle
favorite movie, Logan, Darkness Falls.
Wow, starring Anya.
Yeah.
That's crazy. He did Battle Los Angeles, Texas Chainsaw, The Beginning.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
That's Jordana Brewster one.
No.
He did Rings. Was that the second Ring movie? Oh, there's a short movie.
That was just a dumb thing.
Oh, there's a short with Ryan Merriman from The Luck of the Irish and Final Destination 3. That's pretty cool. And Emily Van Camp, who played like in the Marvel movies, she's like the niece of...
And more importantly, Logan, the female lead of a little show called Everwood, starring Treat Williams.
Wow, all right, we got to end now. Full circle. Great job.
All right, so check out patreon.com/thefranchise. This week we got a lot coming at you. Well, check out last week. What did we do last week? I don't know, whatever. That was on the main
We did
thing.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That was the big one last week.
So we've got Hey, I'm Watching here coming at you. I'll be telling you all about the new season of 911 Lone Star and the Flamin' Hot Cheetos movie. So get pumped about that. And that Duggar family documentary. I watched that too.
Was it about like the sex stuff?
Oh yeah. It's great.
Is there only one of them? That's pretty good if only one of your 20 kids is a weird perv.
No, they're all weird perverts, but he's the only one that did anything criminal.
Oh, all right. Still pretty good. Still pretty good.
Still not bad, yeah. And then we've got Buffy's Angels. We're in the middle of season 3 of Buffy, my favorite season. This week on the show, the Zeppo and Bad Girls. Lots of Xander.
Now, which of us is the Zeppo? You'll be shocked to learn.
Good point, bro.